So while watching this episode of Daemons of the Shadow Realm, this is gonna be episode 16, where we see a fight here with left and right. Hidari, which means left in Japanese, and Migi, which means right in English. I mean, right, yeah. Migi means right in Japanese. And so we see this fight with so they're fighting Ivan. Ivan the Terrible. No, not that Ivan. But they are fighting Ivan, this dude right here, straight out from Full Metal Alchemist, and his two Daemon swords. And so during this fight, let's just put into context, okay? This is why I think they left and right have been extremely nerfed. Unless you guys who have actually read the source material, the manga, can actually like clarify what's going on here. I have some theories because there are some, how do I say, disappointments with this fight. Okay, so either Ivan's very OP or left and right have been nerfed. Because just look at this context. Just hear me out. Hear this context. They're fighting him 2v1, right? The swords, they really can't move on their own. Well, it doesn't seem like it. They can rejuvenate, but it's not like that is gonna save Ivan from rejuvenating. You know, Ivan himself can't rejuvenate. So it's dark. It's pitch dark. So you can see here, it's really dark. Ivan can't see jack shit, so he's pretty much just using his instincts. So left and right, it's already 2v1. They're in the dark. Left and right can use their smell to detect exactly where Ivan is. So they're used to fighting in the dark. And not to mention, there are these two legendary Daemons. You know, they're extremely legendary. And they've been described as being very powerful. You know, as being guardians of the Higashi village, and have long traditions. That's where my knowledge of left and right come. But they've always been like propped up as just being all around powerful. But here's the thing that I think that's happening. Correct me if I'm wrong, manga readers. Is it because Yoru's not there? You know, because the person that made a contract, you know, is not near. I'm like, my best guess is that, because Yoru's not personally there with him, maybe their powers wane a little bit. That's gonna be my best guess. But also, it doesn't feel like left and right have gone all out. When we saw them fighting the weird lanky Daemons, you know, the ones with the long feet and the long arm, they turn into like what look like thunder. You know, they look like thunder, or cats or whatever the fuck. Let's see if I can find it here. You know, so I'm thinking, wait, I can't. Man, why aren't they? Oh, here you go. So here's one of them. So when they fought these guys, they turned into like Super Saiyan. This time they didn't turn Super Saiyan. So what is going on here? Did they just get nerfed? Or is it because, yeah, Yoru's not there? You know, they do have a contract with Yoru. Maybe he needs to be closer to them. Is it because they actually did get nerfed like within the story? Or is it just because Ivan himself is just very OP? You know, this dude is not just fighting in the dark and not only 1v2ing them. Also, he also mentioned that his leg hasn't even healed it from a previous by being stabbed by one of his Daemons. You know, so I'm thinking maybe because they want to keep him alive. It seems like they've been nerfed. So there's a lot going on here. But it kind of all makes sense now that I think about it, because they're trying to keep Ivan alive to extract some information, inquire what happened to Yoru's parents, why they smell blood on his swords. So yeah, here we are. This is that old dude. He was funny as fuck. I can't lie, man. This dude was funny as hell, man. Like when the security guard was like, "Why is he shadow boxing?" That was just peak comedy. That was on fucking point. Let's see, anything else here? No, I think that's everything. Yeah, this is when left and right are still fighting here. Okay. Nothing else here. But yeah, we're gonna just leave it there then. Yeah, so in the comments, if you know the answers to my questions, why does left and right just feel nerfed? Or is it because Ivan's OP? What's going on in episode 16 of Daemons of the Shadow Realm?